After the 1st of January 2021, the UK government will continue to use the European Data Protection Regulations, but with some slight variations. This new law will be called the UK General Data Protection Regulation, or the UK GDPR. The Data Protection Act 2018, or DPA 2018, will continue to provide the law enforcement, UK social aspects, and sector-specific context to the UK GDPR. The Privacy and Electronic Communication Regulations, or PECR, will continue to cover electronic means of communications or marketing, such as telephone calls, email, social media, and websites. The Information Commissioner's Office has provided more clarification on what is expected under the new laws, including elements specific to education, so the school may need to incorporate these new expectations into the school policies, procedures, and training. We'll try to reduce the impact on the normal school day, but please bear with us. After the 1st of January, the data protection laws will continue to be based upon the 7 fundamental principles of data protection. The school will ensure compliance with the main principles, but your help will be needed to uphold this 6th principle, processed in an appropriate manner to maintain security. Unfortunately, the laws will continue their emphasis on accountability, which must be demonstrated for all aspects of compliance, including subject access requests, data transfers, technical organizational measures, impact assessments, breach management, data retention, destruction, etc. The school asks that you continue to follow the policies and procedures, but as previously stated, there will be some small changes, so you may be asked to contribute or complete further training, but we will try to keep this to a minimum for you. The rights of the data subject have been absorbed into the UK laws and will continue to be applicable to the lawful basis used by the school, but not absolute. You're not expected to remember these or where they are valid. Instead, we would ask that you remember that if asked by a parent or member of the public, to point them to the school privacy notice, which can be found on the school website. None of the data protection laws say what you must collect or who you should share it with. Instead, they're there to protect the data. Other legislation will dictate what you collect, who you share it with, and how long you should keep it. So therefore, the answer to the question, does this replace other legislation in safeguarding? The answer to that is an emphatic no. So the original justification for safeguarding is still relevant, i.e. safeguarding in schools, child protection, children and families, etc. So you must continue to follow the school safeguarding policies and procedures and ensure safeguarding is your priority as you've been doing over the last few years. Yes, it is accepted by all, including under the data protection laws, that this will sometimes be at the expense of data protection. The special categories of data will continue to be used due to the highest risk and possible significant impact if this information is lost or stolen. It will therefore continue to be legally required to be processed in the most secure manner, including control with access to only authorized individuals, transmitted securely, i.e. using encryption, stored securely when not in use, and destroyed after use, if applicable, i.e. if it's a copy of the original. As the most commonly overlooked category and the most common source of recent fines, the confidential category will continue to be used in the UK data protection law, and especially as there's an increase in targeting of this category of personal data for financial fraud, criminal impersonation, and identity theft. The ICO expects it to be processed in the same manner as sensitive data, i.e. controlled access, transported securely, etc. Following the 1st of January, staff, parents, students, or legal representatives will continue to have the right to access their data or the personal data of a dependent. This is normally referred to as a subject access request. It's important to remember that a request can be made in any form, including verbally, in writing, via the school website, via the social media direct message. Trigger phrases such as "I would like access to" or "I would like copies of" should be used as alerts to a possible access request. It's very important that you escalate any possible request as soon as possible to either your line manager or the school chief privacy officer, as the school has a limited time to respond to this request. Following the 1st of January, the requirement to report a data breach will continue. The definitions remain, but just to remind you of them. Access by an unauthorized third party. This could be a folder left out and viewed by a member of the public or someone not employed by the school. For example, pupil record left out in the classroom and viewed by another parent, cleaner, or supplier. Deliberate or accidental action means it still needs to be reported even if the breach was accidental. Sending personal data to an incorrect recipient, both email and standard mail. Computing devices and alterations are both self-evident. The school in some cases is required to report the data breach to the Information Commissioner within 72 hours of becoming aware. So it's vital that you report any possible data breach as soon as you become aware of it. As previously stated, it's very important that you report any suspected data breaches or concerns to either your line manager or the school chief privacy officer. The chief privacy officer will determine the actions required. There continues to be risks for non-compliance, including risks to the school, which include loss of pupils, loss of reputation, monetary penalties. There also continues to be risks to you individually. These include possible action under gross misconduct or possible litigation if you are found to process data illegally, i.e. disclose personal data to an external third party without knowledge or permission of the school. So in summary, the school would like you as a casual staff member not remove any personal data from the school grounds or exam room if you're an exam invigilator. Report any suspected data breaches as soon as you become aware of them to either your line manager or the school chief privacy officer. Escalate any subject access requests as soon as they are received. Complete any training when asked to do so in a timely manner. In order to evidence the completion of this training, you'll be asked to return your signed declaration with the following code, 282913. And finally, if you find yourself in any doubt whatsoever, ask either the line manager, the school chief privacy officer, or a member of the compliance team.